Hello everyone, welcome to the Eternal Quest Tarot. Before we begin this reading, I just want to say a huge thank you to all of you that are watching this video right now. Thank you for choosing to click on it and for your presence here on my brand new YouTube channel. And if this pick a card reading does resonate with you and it does help you, I hope that you will give this video a thumbs up, as well as consider subscribing to my channel and staying back for more pick a card readings to come. So with today's video or today's tarot reading, I'm going to be looking into your person's thoughts, emotions, and feelings towards you in a no contact situation. There is a previous reading on a similar theme that I did not too long ago, and the intention that I kind of kept in my mind in the background was to read for both situations where you are in contact with your person and or not in contact with them. But this specifically, I will be reading within the context of a no contact situation. And yeah, it's a difficult kind of thing to have to deal with your own emotions when you are not in touch with this person that you do care about. Oh, and also another thing, that with this reading, I'll be looking at any kind of romantic connection. So it could be like an ex-partner, or maybe you were just dating them briefly. Maybe it was a crush that never really developed into a full relationship, or any kind of like relationship or situationships that cannot be clearly defined, but they still do have that emotional impact on us. And I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about here. So those are the kind of connections that I will be reading for with this reading today. And yeah, it could be anything, circumstances leading to like no contact, or you yourself, you have chosen to end the relationship for whatever reason, or they have walked away from it. Okay, so just wanted to get that out of the way. And I have 3 piles for you as usual to choose from, to select. Pile 1 is the Osho Zen tarot deck, and this crystal, which kind of looks like a tree trunk or a log. So that's your option 1. The second one is the Gypsy Palace Tarot with this gold cluster rock. And option 3, pile 3, is the Surrealist Tarot with this light blue, kind of matches my nails, with this light blue crystal shaped like a wand, a short wand. Yeah, so that's your option for pile 3. And I do recommend that you go with your first instinct. Do not overthink this process of selection. Whatever you were drawn to first, that is your pile, and that is the pile that is calling out to you. And I will have the timestamps in the description box of this video, so you can just click on it, and yeah, I'll see you at your reading. Hello pile 1, so this is the reading for those of you that resonated with this crystal, or maybe the Osho Zen tarot deck. Oh, and we are looking today, if you guys missed the intro, just very briefly, we are looking at a no contact situation between you and your person. And I'm only going to be looking into romantic connections, romantic type connections from the past, and due to whatever reason that unfolded, that happened in your life, you find yourself in a no contact situation with this person. Okay, that's just too many cards flipping over. And I do take cards that jump out, but not if like I'm dropping 3 or 4 cards, which I feel like I have to clarify between shuffling and at the beginning of like every video or every pile, because it does happen so often with me. Anyways, so what is your person feeling and thinking right now? How are they feeling towards you? How are they feeling about your connection? What is your person thinking? How are they feeling towards you in this connection right now? What goes through their mind and hearts when they think about you? Okay. We are starting with the source. The Oshuzan Tarot deck is a really beautiful and kind of has a lot of depth to its messages, a very spiritual tarot deck, but it does have all the, all the cards or like suit references as in a traditional tarot deck. Then we have the Fool. How are they feeling towards you in this connection? We have receptivity. We have maturity, and the bottom of the deck we have trust. So with the trust and the Fool card here, and also with all the cards on my table for this reading, should I zoom in a little bit? I'm not sure. Maybe a little bit. Okay. So with all the cards here, I feel like in this time of separation from you, in your connection with them, your person has been able to get a lot of understanding about this connection and about you and about themselves. So this must have been an experience for them that has opened them up to a lot of things within themselves that were closed off. And one of the things that comes up as a prominent area of their life that they became more receptive and open with are emotions. I feel like in the past your person was not very aware of their own emotions and just the emotional side of their own being. And that kind of kept them disconnected with the emotions of the others, because what we do not see in ourselves, we don't see in others, and we don't realize the importance of that. So it's possible that you were the one that was more emotional, more connected to your emotions than they were. And because of this relationship with you, they are becoming more responsive to that emotional side of life and of themselves. And they are becoming more mature in understanding, and I feel like understanding women in general, because it feels like, you know, being emotional and receptive to emotions, it's like a feminine quality. So like women, if, you know, they were a man or another woman in this connection, so it doesn't matter like whether they were a man or a woman. What I meant to say was like becoming open to the feminine side, their own the feminine energy within them. Because like regardless of our gender, we have both the feminine as well as the masculine aspects. And I feel like previously they resonated more with the masculine side of their personality. But now it's like they are seeing the different colors, the different emotions, the different colors of emotions, the different types of emotions, understanding like the nuances of emotionality and their effects on our beings and also others that we do come in contact with, and its effect on our world. And I feel like previously they hung on to a very objective, logical, focused more on their minds rather than being responsive to this emotional side of beings. And I feel like this disconnection from you now has really worked on improving their cognizance around emotions. And at this point, I feel like with the Fool and the Trust card, there is a desire, certainly a desire, a strong desire. I feel like this is like a burning fire, a burning desire within them to connect with you. I see this Fool in this card like offering the flowers, and I feel like it's talking about them wanting to get back in touch with you, to communicate with you. And also I feel like apologizing. That's the vibe that I'm getting. Like as if they owe you an apology for not being sensitive towards you when they had you in their life, not being able to communicate everything that they wanted to, not being able to respond to your emotions. And I feel like they do realize how much it might have hurt you and damaged the connection between the two of you. They have some realization of that now. So I feel like with this communication that they want to come forth with towards you, it's some sort of like an apology or telling you that I now understand. Okay? And this new sort of aspect of their being that has opened up because of this connection is something that is new for them. As I said, I get the feeling that this person, your person, in the past and even through this connection, was not emotionally mature enough to be able to understand you and understand the connection and even understand themselves. That was the past, but this period of separation has kind of given them, the wisdom in this area of life, and that itself kind of feels new to them, but right as well. So it feels right, it feels new. So like both the elements of it being unfamiliar maybe and scary in a way, but they also know that they should be looking at or paying attention to that side of their being, their makeup, their mental and emotional makeup, understanding how important emotions are. And you have taught this person this particular lesson that they needed to learn. And I feel like this being aware of, the importance of connecting to our feelings, which I feel like they learned from you, through your connection, through observing you, and through the way you presented yourself in this connection. So after having seen the importance of that in conducting our lives, I feel like it must have calmed them down quite a bit. It's like in the past there was this big disconnection from their own, emotions, and not being able to understand them, and therefore, always being in a state of like living, not feeling fully alive, and just based on what they know and the mental kind of processes and their logic and the thoughts, they were reacting. There's a difference between choosing your response and responding to life and being reactive. So they were just being reactive, I feel like, from a very programmed place that had its limitations, and they see that now. They just in the past kind of did what was known to them, and they had picked up from their environment, from their upbringing, childhood, from watching others, but there was no evaluation of that as to how it makes them feel, because they were kind of disconnected with the emotional side of themselves, and gave it very little importance. So it doesn't matter how this would feel to me, even if they became aware of that in moments. I'm just going to do it because this is what I know. This is what I know as right. This is what I have learned, and that kind of that's a way of like being half alive and not being fully able to find your place in life and extract some kind of learning from the experiences, because you're not fully there. You're just there with your mind, but your heart and your soul, they're not present. That's sometimes we do land up living like that if there's a disconnection from our own being. And now that they have understood how important that is through this connection and through you, I feel like it must have really calmed them down and made them happier and more accepting of themselves. Yeah, acceptance. I feel like this person, in more ways than one, did not accept themselves, which of course, I hope you can see is a problem in and of itself, but also a problem when it comes to like presenting yourself in relationships. And I feel like this person didn't have that kind of understanding and maturity in the past, and were not even able to identify. So they didn't even know what the problem was. But I feel like through this connection and through this period of separation from you, they have been able to gain this awareness. And it's like they want to reach out to you and want to talk about this and offer you an apology for being the way that they have been with you and the way they have handled this connection, and tell you that they are changing and evolving, and they are, going to go forth in life as a totally this new entity, this new being. Okay? I feel like they feel more connected to the world, to source, and gaining this emotional maturity has sort of now made them aware of the spiritual side of life too. Okay? Which previously I feel like the awareness might not have been there. Okay? So let's get some more. What is your person feeling and thinking about you and about this connection right now in this no contact situation? How is this person feeling? What are they thinking? but definitely a deep lesson here for them through this connection. Yeah, so like I said, they are seeing things that they were not capable of seeing before, and beyond illusion. This is evolvement of the spirit to higher levels, evolving to higher vibrations, being open. I see the crown chakra, which is like opening like a butterfly. So they are changing, they have changed rather, and they will continue changing with their own mentality and how they used to look at things, look at people, look at relationships, how they looked at love before. All of their, I feel like this person is going through a transformative time where all of that is changing for them. And like I said, now they feel more at peace, more at like more complete, more alive as a human being because of their experience in this connection with you and what they have learned from you. And with this Fool card and the completion card, I feel like there is an eagerness with your person to reconnect and rekindle their connection with you, because I feel like they believe that that's what will make them complete, as in you will complete their life and their existence. So I feel a lot of like warmth, I feel a lot of love towards you coming from your ex-partner, and this feels like this would not be referring to like a situation where it was just a lighthearted crush on someone. It feels like it was an actual relationship that for some reason finds itself in a state of separation of the people in the relationship. But I'm feeling a lot of like warmth, a lot of love and understanding towards you, towards the connection. And it's like now they want you back. Okay? It's like you are the missing piece of the puzzle now. And they want to be able to tell you that, along with the explanations and the apology. I feel like they owe you an apology. They feel like they owe you an apology, and you might agree with this too or not agree, depending on where you are in your journey and how much you have been able to, how deeply you have been able to process your own emotions in this separation. But at least they themselves, they feel like that within themselves. Silence. So silence to me is talking about two distinct messages here that I'm getting from this card, and very distinct and different messages. One message is that they are not in contact or keeping silent or still staying disconnected from you, not communicating with you at this time. And it's almost like this period of them not being in touch, they are taking the time to think more deeply with this new understanding, this new connection to this emotional side, and maturing more spiritually, mentally. And I feel like they're taking some more time right now in this period of no contact to think about you and this connection. And it's like, it's still in process. The processing is still going on with them, and they will get there, or they want to get there for sure. but they still might not be, at that point of time when they're ready to actually make that step and contact you or rekindle this connection. So it's like this card is saying that they are still somewhat within their own, or self-focused, I must say, focused within their own energy, their own thoughts, their emotions, and it's still processing. And the other message that I'm getting is, again, diving deep into this new realm that they seem to have discovered of emotions and feelings. And because this is, as I said, I feel like this is opening up of a new chapter, almost like opening of a new chapter in their life, and a very different state of being than what they were previously. They're still kind of finding a comfortable spot with that, in relation to that. So still a lot of like processing, discerning, assessing, learning that is going on for your person at this time, which is kind of the explanation for this silence at this moment, and them not being ready to take that leap and communicate all that with you. But with that said, there is a strong desire. I feel like it's it feels like a burning fire within them of wanting to do this. And yet they don't feel like completely ready to be able to like make that drive or pick up the phone and text you or call you. Still not at that spot yet, but they're getting there. Because I feel only positive vibes coming from this reading towards you. So it feels like this must be just a question of time. It's not a question of if, you will reconnect with them or not. I feel like you are at least going to hear all of this, like, them telling you how they have changed and what they have realized, or at least an apology, which will kind of make you see that this person has really changed and transformed. And then, of course, you can decide what to do with it. Whether you want to rekindle the relationship with them or not, or you want to close this chapter, depending on where you are at that time in your life. Yeah, experiencing. See, so like I said, these changes that have come up within them, they're right now just in the process of experiencing this new state of being, still trying to get comfortable with it, testing it out almost in their own lives. Because it feels like very different than how they used to be. And with this, something new, some new understanding or realization or awakening coming into our lives, it takes a little bit of time to incorporate that into our daily lives. It's not a linear process and not something that happens overnight. There's some back and forth, like us going back to our old selves, and then the next day we are again, going towards this new direction that has been that has presented itself to us. And in your person's case, I feel like they want the change. They are excited about the change. They're not resisting it, but it's still, even if no matter how badly you want to alter your state of being, there is still some back and forth in the process. And so right now, I feel like they must be finding their, their comfort zone within this new way of being, this new way of operating in life. So still going through transformation, the tweaks, understanding the nuances, But overall, I find them, geared more towards this change rather than wanting to go back. And this person is really valuing this transformation. As I said, I feel like it has been deeply awakening kind of thing for them in their lives, this connection. And it has really led to a spiritual development with them. And they are aware of it. They are aware of the beauty of this massive change that has stepped into their lives, or has brought them to this different state of being. I feel like they're very aware and thankful. They feel more alive. They feel more at peace. But your person, I feel like it's still working through those aspects and, ironing out the kinks still, which explains that they are not ready and they're being silent right now and not ready for communication. But I feel like with this reading, at least, if this is your pile, I feel almost sure that you're going to hear from them. I feel very sure. Okay? Let's get some oracle cards and see, get some more into your person's thoughts and feelings towards you at this time. And a look into where they are at. Okay, so how is your person feeling towards you, towards the connection at this time? Abundance. I am a limitless being and can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. So yeah, that's also kind of the feeling I got from the source card, apart from the burning desire in them, is feeling powerful. It's almost like whatever they have learned from this connection in this phase of no contact, that is making them feel very empowered, which they did not feel in the past. Okay, so this is also like the spiritual evolvement process, which is also like a deeply emotional and mental process as well. They are becoming more empowered, or feeling more empowered within themselves, and feeling like they can manifest anything that they want. And they are able to bring in more trust in themselves now, which previously they didn't have before. I guess previously they were more afraid, and they, as I said, they paid more attention to the logical thinking mind, their thoughts, and be heavily dependent on their conscious mind. Whereas now I feel like because of this spiritual evolvement that is unfolding in them, it's making them feel a little more unafraid and trusting their own power, and to manifest and to bring whatever they want in their life. Okay, so what are their thoughts and emotions towards you? Whoops, this jumped out. Blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. So it's possible that in the past they have not been able to take responsibility for their side in this connection, and they must have also somewhat blamed you for several things that went down in your connection with them, and also blamed you maybe for things that have gone wrong. So just not being very cognizant of all the aspects of this situation, because I feel like in the past they have been disconnected with themselves. But now they see what they did and how that affected the connection, how that affected you, and they're ready to take responsibility for that, which is why I feel like there could be some sort of an apology or an explanation, at least, that is coming towards you from them in the near future, because now they understand things that they never even saw before, let alone understand. I feel like that door was shut, it was closed, and now, because of everything that they have gone through since being in no contact with you, they're opening up, like they're realizing really a lot of things. Okay, so that's nice, good for them. What are they feeling towards you in this connection? What are they feeling towards you? Which is why also with the completion card, I feel like, this card is telling me that they feel in their hearts that rekindling the connection with you, or at least apologizing and explaining themselves, would kind of, complete them in a way, because I feel like they have not been able to do that, and that gets to them, it bothers them that they have not been able to, because there is that deep understanding and opening up to their emotions that has happened, and it's almost like, oh my God, I never even saw things this way earlier that I do now. So I feel like they feel this journey of learning all these lessons, and it's like you would complete that. Okay? All right, so what are they feeling towards you and this connection right now? Guilt. Okay, yeah, so very similar to, what I was saying previously, but I thought that there would be no guilt. There's just this understanding. But of course, if they're wanting to apologize, I don't know how I didn't see that in my own self right now as I read your cards. But there is a sense of guilt with them as well, about whatever it is that happened in the connection between you two, about the way they treated you. And it seems to be swirling inside of them. So something that they have not been able to completely resolve and accept, which also, explains the silence, that they're still kind of getting clear with their emotions, their thoughts, their energy, and have not been able to do so as yet, because there's this guilt on their mind as well. They do feel bad about the way they acted, what they said, what they did not say, what they did, what they did not do in this connection. And that's kind of keeping them arrested in silence and in one place and not being able to act. Because with guilt, when we feel guilty towards someone, there's also that, that worry of how is this person now going to respond if I were to reach out to them. That's the other side of guilt, wondering what's going to happen if I do choose to apologize. Will my apology be accepted at all? So yeah, let's get some more oracle cards. How are they feeling right now? Oops. How are they feeling right now? Sorry for the squeaking sounds. If you hear any, that's my chair and it squeaks. How are they feeling towards you in this connection? What are their feelings, their thoughts, their emotions? Where is their energy at in this connection right now, in this no contact situation? Okay, it's almost the exact same card. Thank you, Spirit, for repeating the message. Manifestation. So within themselves, I feel like this lesson learning through your connection has given them kind of a confidence in wanting to manifest. And wait a minute, now that I'm, seeing this message again, I feel like what I failed to say in the reading up until this point is like, maybe this person is manifesting you, your person. A rekindling of the connection with you. They're wanting that. They're desiring that, because I do feel like it's like a burning desire in them to like reach out and rekindle this connection. Like they really want this to happen so that in their minds, like they can feel whole and complete, and like they have really done right by you because of these feelings of guilt. So manifest what I didn't say earlier, which is why, Spirit brings the exact same message again, is that this person is manifesting you, or wanting to manifest a reconnection, a rekindling of the connection with you. So there you go. Here you are wondering what they're thinking. And I feel like your person really, really wants to rekindle it. Whoops. Make a wish. Yeah, see. Wishing and hoping that you would be open for a communication, an honest heart-to-heart communication maybe, and that you would forgive them. I'm getting that kind of a feeling from this card, and also of course from the story so far that unfolded here. So this is them wishing that you would forgive and accept them, that you would understand why they did what they did, understand them and understand what they have to say to you now. Beautiful message there. Whoops. As I said, I do take jumper cards, but not when I draw half of the deck. So what are their feelings towards you at this time? How are they feeling in this connection? Trust. Oops. So this is the card that I saw. And another card flipped over, but this is what I see. This is what I choose to put into this reading. Okay. And I do believe, by the way, that, the cards that come up and what are brought into the reading, they're meant to be there. So anyway, that's on a different, that's a different video for some other day. So trust. They want to be trusted again. They really want to be trusted again. I feel like this person, this angel, this indigo angel, which is the name of the oracle deck. So this angel has now, sprouted these new wings, and they're ready to go forth into this world. But it's almost like, will I be, he's holding like an orb, a glowing ball in his hand, and he looks unsure. So will I be trusted? Can I trust myself? And also, will I be trusted? I feel like when I communicate and when I say what I have to say to my ex, which is, of course, you guys, watching this video. But they really hope to gain your trust back. So there might have been breach of trust in your relationship for some of you, where you have caught them in a lie. And they're hoping that they can win it back, that they can get you to trust them once again, to be open to giving this relationship another chance. Okay. Bottom of this deck, I'm looking at the card. You are understood. You are loved. So in this reading for pile 1, I kind of feel, fairly confident that if you are in a no contact situation with them, that this person is going to reach out to you in the future. It seems like it's just a matter of timing. I feel like you will be able to reconnect with them and hear their side of the story and what changed for them in this period of not being in contact and how they have changed. Now, of course, you always have this freedom of choice, this free will, and do what is right by you. But if you are wondering if this person is now able to see how they have hurt you, are they able to acknowledge their own mistakes, their own shortcomings in this connection, and whether they are able to see the effect that their actions in the past might have had on you. The answer to all of that is a big yes. And I feel like, as I said, in the communication and the recontact that happens with them, you will be able to see that for yourself. Okay? Alright, so that is all I have for you, pile 1. I'm going to leave your reading here. I do hope that this was helpful and that the messages resonate. And if this reading helped you in any way, big or small, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and also subscribing to my channel and staying back for more pick-a-pile readings to come in the future. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Hi pile 2, so this is for those of you that resonated with this gold pyrite or the Gypsy Palace tarot deck. By the way, I did take a look at, I looked it up online, the name of the crystal, because I was just annoying my own self by calling it, a gold rough crystal. Anyways, I do intend to go back to the store where I got the crystals from and find out some of the names which I have forgotten. I had written them down. Anyways, so we are looking into your person's thoughts and feelings and emotions towards you and what is going on with them in this no contact situation, in this connection. And if you missed the intro or skipped it, I just want to quickly mention that I am going to be talking about your romantic connections that are in no contact. So if this is a friend that you're not in contact with or any other sort of relationship, that's not the content, at least for this reading. So yeah, what are their thoughts? What are their feelings towards you? What do they think about when they think of you? What do they feel when they think of you in this no contact situation? We are starting with the Ten of Cups. What are your, Where did the card go? 2 or 3 cards flipped over, I feel like. Okay, several cards flipped over. So I do usually take jumper cards while shuffling if they happen to jump or fall off on the table, but not when it's like 3 or 4 cards. That's just every tarot reader is different, and whatever resonates with them, that's great. But just letting you know how I deal with jumper cards. So what are their thoughts and feelings towards you at this time in the no contact situation? And we have Temperance. What are they thinking? How are they feeling towards you in this no contact situation? We have 5 of Pentacles. So for some of you with the 5 of Pentacles energy there, it could be a ghosting and blocking you, or at least because of their actions, they make you feel like not heard, not seen, abandoned in the connection. We have the 3 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck we have the Hanged Man. And the artwork in this tarot deck is really different, whimsical. I feel like this deck speaks its own language at times, and speaks to my intuition, at least as a reader, in a somewhat surprising way. So we'll see what comes up. But as I said, with the 5 of Pentacles energy, I feel like this is, them blocking you off at this time, not being open for communication, and that still might be the case with you guys, with most of you, if not all of you that are watching this Pile 2 reading. And the Temperance card, to me, Temperance is all about balance and them wanting to bring in balance. I feel like in this connection, when you were communicating with them and when you were with them, they must have felt out of balance, as in they were not able to conduct this relationship or to attend to this relationship in a way that was mature enough. They were just not 100%, like their energy was not in this relationship, and that, I feel like, comes from a deep sense of dissatisfaction and boredom that they feel in their own lives, because of their own lives and their own existence. I feel like they got into this relationship or this connection with you as kind of like a hopeful dream, and like rushing towards making an emotional connection with someone, which in this case happened to be you, but they themselves were not ready to really be able to give as much as they should be giving to this relationship. In the past, there might also be some like delays coming from them, delays in making progress, as in, in this connection. And they might have made you wait long enough, and kept you confused, kept you questioning, kept you wondering. And it's like they do want to create a 10 of cups kind of situation in their lives, and that's attractive to them. And you presented excuse me, you presented as an, attractive option when it comes to like actually realizing this dream that they do have for themselves, but they themselves were not ready or were not able to give, because they were kind of using this relationship as sort of an escape from their own life in which they are not, happy. In fact, I get the feelings of like being extremely bored, unmotivated, depressed. So they were kind of using this connection to temporarily make them feel good about life. And like they were meeting some kind of a standard when it comes to like their ideas around relationships, around love connections. And they have these ideas, and with you they were like planning or hoping to build something like that, but they themselves are not able to really be present as much as they should be. They're not able to see the blockages within them and the shortcomings within them that, make them not an attractive partner. That's the kind of like energy that I'm getting from this connection. And the Hanged Man, how I look at the bottom of the deck card in a tarot reading, is it kind of for me represents the overall energy of the reading, and also gives me kind of like a context within which to interpret rest of the cards. And with the Hanged Man energy, I feel like, of course, this is a no contact situation, so they are still like not changing, not evolving as much as they should, and they're still stuck in that place where they are feeling like, I'm getting very kind of bored with life kind of vibes from this card. I don't know if you can see the expression. I mean, I feel like your person is someone who knows that they need to make all these changes, but they're so not motivated at this point of time. Like, there's something that holds them, some kind of a thing that weighs heavy on their minds, a depression of sorts, that they are unable to handle this task of moving past this phase that is pulling them down. And they might still be stuck there, is what the Hanged Man here is telling me. Not a lot must have changed with them and how they were, their energy, while they were in this connection with you, And if they were to reconnect right now, for example, let's say if that were to happen and you were to rekindle a relationship with them at this point, it's quite possible that they will end up being and doing the exact same things and being the exact same way that they were before. And it's not like this person, your person, doesn't want to change. They do desire that, I feel like. But there's something that really renders them incapable of making those changes, of being that way. So let's see what else comes up. I want to get more clarification for like the Hanged Man and Three of Pentacles energy, because I feel like this relationship has made them realize that they do need to work on themselves. That much they are aware of, like it's in their awareness somewhere, but it's like they're quite resisting that, almost not interested at this point of time. I'm sorry to bring these messages to you, and such a like depressing sounding message, but I really don't control what comes up in a reading. High Priestess. Like I said, they're blocking all the like knowledge and all the learning that is trying to speak to them from within themselves to reach to them. It's kind of like they're not open to that. If you look at the High Priestess, her folded hands, it's what is telling me that like she's resisting. And there is a lot that must have happened in your connection and that is asking for their attention. You know, asking them to take a look at themselves and really evaluate their life, I feel like, and what happened in the connection and how they were. But it's like they're just not open to it. This person might even have walked away from this connection without much explanation, or like given you a very stupid sounding explanation for ending the relationship. Or maybe like even a ghosting situation where they have just kind of disappeared from your life as suddenly as they arrived. Because I feel like that arrival itself was from a very unprepared place and kind of like just using you and the connection as a distraction, which is very immature and very rude of them to have done that to you. But I feel like this person is really not wanting to change. They're not there yet. They are still needing to, and I say needing to because, you know, that's how I believe personally how life works, that sometimes there are these changes that we kind of know that we have to make for ourselves and work on ourselves, but we remain resistant to doing anything about it because that is what is needed at the moment. So that's why I said that they're still needing, for some reason, to stew in their misery. It's like also a fear, I feel like, with them. If they were to become more attuned with their own selves, they were to work on themselves. I feel like this person, the burden that weighs on your person's mind are, you know, some things from their past, as in like past experiences, some failures, maybe in life or in relationships, that have made them feel, you know, like what's the point? I mean, it's not that great anyways, and what's gonna change? I feel like, what's the point of all of this, of me even working on myself? Like, what great thing is it going to bring into my life? And I feel like they're devaluing relationships at this point of time. And there's a lot going on with the High Priestess. If you can see, you know, the position that she's sitting in and what she's sitting amidst. It's a lot of like murky waters and you know, swirls of energies, and lots of colors, which to me are the different, you know, different kinds of emotions that we experience. And it's like she's not looking at it, she's closed off. Now, that's not the traditional meaning of the High Priestess card, if you are aware of the tarot, but during a reading, how a card would speak to you, that's always unpredictable. And it's the general feeling that I'm getting, you know. And I also feel like they try to fake their confidence in life by being arrogant, when deep down they don't feel that confident, but they try to fake it, you know. It might manifest as like a somewhat inconsiderate like behavior on their part. But it's because they themselves are quite unhappy, and by being, somewhat controlling in this situation and in life and in other relationships, that's their way of like gaining control. So by walking away and like choosing to end this relationship, which I feel like for this pile, for most of you, if not all of you, they might be the one that might have shut you out in this connection. It's like, it's a false sense of being in charge and like feeling in control, whereas deep down they don't feel in control, they don't feel in charge, because they still don't have it in them to start this, healing journey and working on themselves and figuring out what they want in life. This person, I feel like, is just cruising through life, and they don't have the awareness of how they affect other people, even if that awareness has tried to like nudge at them. I feel like they are not looking at it, not really stressing about it right now, not bothered at all. And this feels like a very stuck energy, like still stuck in that place, in limbo. And they're working, by being stuck, they're working towards they're against themselves, not towards. It's like, they are their biggest enemies at this point of time. They're really killing their own potential of being in this world and what they could do with their life, with their energy, with their time, with their resources. It's like, because of the depressed state, I kind of feel concerned here for your person as I'm saying this, because it's a very dark place. I feel like your person is in a very dark place right now. Outwardly, they might look like they are functioning individuals, but I feel like they're completely checked out. And this must be this baggage, this emotional baggage must be something that they have brought into the relationship already. So it doesn't feel like it was because of you. In fact, as I said, they saw you as a really good way to ignite that spark, that excitement in their lives, and kind of view you as that opportunity to actually get to this dream of having someone by their side. But at the same time, they didn't treat you right, because of their own incapabilities and this baggage I feel like they're bringing from their own past. This is not about you, and nothing that you could have changed anyways, because it's more of an internal journey for them that they need to start and they need to embark on. So it's not like you could have done anything differently, if you are wondering about that. But this person is not seeing how much this works against them being this way in life. They don't see that. Let me get some more into their state of mind, and I feel somewhat bad, somewhat worried about your person with all of it that is coming up in this reading. Oh my God, my nose was itching, sorry. It does make me feel bad for them, and I do hope that for their sake, that there is some kind of awakening that comes up to make them see. 8 of Cups. Look at that, such a sad being on the inside. 8 of Cups is of course about sadness, but also walking away from something that kind of did work out for a while. But I feel like this person almost tells themselves, or they subconsciously, what's at play here is that even though they want a Ten of Cups type of situation, it's like they tell themselves that they don't deserve it for some reason. And I feel like when they think of you, they do feel sad when they look back at the connection and what all they did. And this is, them. I wanted to get another like clarifying card for the Five of Pentacles, which is to me like shutting you out. But it's not like it makes them, happy deep down. Like it does bring up these feelings of sadness. And I feel like they making that choice of walking away, of shutting you out now in this relationship, it might be that false, feeling of in charge, which makes sense because, it's a form of like putting up their walls and defenses and like disconnecting from a relationship because because of that fear. Like if they get in too deep, the real you, or the real them, not you, but like their real self will come out, which is this, depressed, not wanting changes, not someone who has really engaged in self-examination. They might be doing that now, I feel like, because it has oh my god sorry about that. As I was saying, they might be doing that self-examination and sort of like allowing themselves to feel the pain somewhat, but mostly with the High Priestess and the like bored individual, which comes as your person's energy for me in this reading. I feel like mostly no, but somewhat they do feel sad of having failed at yet another thing. So maybe not like sad about, or an awareness about how they mistreated you and how this has affected you, but it's more like that's another thing that has failed, kind of like a somewhat selfish viewpoint, unfortunately. And again, I'm very sorry to be speaking of this in this way, but I cannot and do not control the messages, the intuitive kind of realizations that come up as I am doing a reading. I'm just reading the cards here, so, but I'm feeling bad for them and for you. But this individual, like I said, even if, they were to come back, they would, at least right now, they are the exact same person who left you. Okay? So how are they feeling towards you? Whoops, this flipped over. The Fool. I feel like with this particular tarot deck, one of the interpretations of the Fool that really stuck with me is, just looking at the Fool itself, it looks like a bruised, broken, teddy bear kind of a creature. Again, that has tried to do a lot of things, initiate a lot of things, but has always gotten wounded and always encountered pain, So that's why I said, this baggage that they bring into the relationship, which kind of, results or manifests as this defeated, broken, and depressed energy that's coming from their past and past experiences. And I feel like this individual is really broken and needs a lot of time and love to heal. And by love, I mean not your love or someone outside of them, but self-love, allowing themselves the opportunity to take a deeper look at themselves and heal themselves. And I feel like inevitably, sooner or later, that is coming for them. But this person, it's a wounded energy that I'm getting. A person who has lost a lot in life, or at least like that's how they perceive those losses, that they have lost a lot, you know. So that's the message that I'm getting and the feeling that I'm getting. Let me add some oracle cards to this reading and see and get some more insight, into their thoughts, their feelings towards you, towards the connection, and what are they going through right now. And I do feel concerned and I do feel bad for both of you, because it's tough being, locked away from a connection and be wondering about it. Even in connections that, we know that we were not treated right, but the emotions are a different story, correct? Like our heart is a different matter, even if when we know. So anyways, let's get some more. This is the Lover's Oracle deck. Okay. Transformation. Okay, so the quote says your relationship is about to deepen and love conquers and transform all things. But I think with this reading, how this message is more speaking to me, it's about them going through a transformation. Like I said, them being so closed off up until this point, sooner or later, they will have to pay attention and look at the wounds. They will have to come back to healing. And it's possible that phase of their life is about to start. It's around the corner for them. And it's possible then, after they have gone through this healing journey, this transformation, that they might be open for a connection. But just as a personal advice, don't take this message as, me in any way implying that you should stick around and wait for this to happen. You do you focus on you. But transformation, like a journey towards healing themselves and looking at themselves, changing their perspective, gaining a deeper understanding, is what is around the corner for your person. I feel like they are going to go through this healing phase. So what else? What are your person's thoughts and feelings about you towards this connection? What are they feeling? What's the state of their being right now in this no contact situation? Okay. Look at this beautiful card. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but the soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. So this is kind of transcendental thinking. And I'm looking at this image, which was the first thing that I was very attracted to in this card, this heart, with wings and this source of light. So this, to me, if I could represent healing energy through a picture, this is what I would choose. So I feel like your person is really going to go very soon through this healing phase that will transcend them, transcend their soul, beyond all the pain that they have had to deal in their lives that has made them the way they are. It's kind of like their hearts, taking flying and rising above all of this all of this pain, which is manifesting in these ways, which makes them really like unavailable for relationship. I feel like this deep healing process will be good for them. And that kind of answers my worry for them too, you know, because I really do feel for this person. And I do hope sincerely that they find the healing. And of course, I do hope that by understanding this through this particular tarot reading, which is timeless, by the way, so it doesn't matter like when you find it on YouTube, that by understanding this about them, this about their life and what they're going through and have gone through, that it gives you some understanding and healing for your pain in this no contact situation. And we have cycles, like seasons changing. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow and you will be surprised where it leads. This goes back to, I hope that I wouldn't have to like explain so much about this message, but like I said, by resisting the change that is demanding to flow them, and by resisting, you know, any kind of self-examination in their life, they have been kind of working toward against themselves. As I said, this person is not realizing how much life they're sucking out of themselves when they do that. And with cycles, I feel like that is going to shift, that is going to change, and they will get to a place where they will allow themselves, thankfully. It makes me really hopeful and really happy and calm and peaceful to say this on their behalf for them, that they will be able to allow themselves this opportunity to heal. And the transformation that will come out of it is going to surprise them as well. So they're really in for a deep healing, a purging of all the emotional wounds that they walk around with. And they will get it, even though I feel like right now they might be shutting it out and resistant, and as a result, like shutting you out. It's all connected, you know? The shutting you out and shutting this this uncomfortable healing phase that wants to, that is nudging them for attention and wants to flow into their life. It's all connected in a way, but I feel like they will get to a place where they will allow for all of this to unfold for themselves. Okay? Let me get some more oracle cards. How is your person, how is your person feeling towards you in this connection? Where is their energy and emotions at right now? How's your person feeling? What are they thinking? What are they going through in this no contact situation? Starting with pride. I love myself and see myself in everyone. I feel like this card, pride, it's talking about, you know, because from your person, I feel like a false sense of confidence. In the sense that truly deep down, they don't feel that good about themselves. And they act in a way as a sort of like self-defense. And I hope that you can understand that in a like overly confident manner. But it's all false. And that is about to crumble. They are going to get to a place in their life, or they already might be there, where their own self-worth feelings of self-worth and how they truly deep down feel about themselves, that's kind of being laid out on the table for them, making them question this false sense of pride and all the behaviors that come out of it. So how they treat people, how they treat the different connections, and how they treated you as well, because I feel like they didn't give you the treatment that you deserved and do deserve in love connections or in relationships, I mean. So their pride is kind of crumbling, and they're, in some ways, it's their life is making them see, you do say that you feel so great about yourself, but look at these areas of your life. Look at these wounds, examine them. What about that? And that's kind of crumbling now, I feel like, which is, in my opinion, a very necessary process to go through this healing. So really making them look at probably and gain an awareness of their own, confidence and see it as false. And pride might also be like this false sense of I am okay, like the image that they, sorry about my squeaking chair, but the image that they try to like portray to the world. That's also one of the reasons I feel like they might be keeping away and not communicating with you, because they don't want you to know that, slowly and steadily they are becoming aware of their own problems, of their own issues. And it might be, this false pride that is, keeping them away for some of you. That might be the case. To put up this facade, whoops, this jumped out. Denial, oh wow, okay. Being in denial. So yeah, that goes hand in hand with this false pride, And right now I feel like they're in denial about everything, about the fact that they need healing, about the fact that they have issues, that they have problems, how they misconducted this relationship. I feel like this person, your person, unfortunately at this point of time in their life is in complete denial. And that's what's also like keeping them stuck, and they continue working against themselves. Okay, this jumped out. Guilt. So this card came up in the first reading as well. So it's this uncomfortable kind of like position that I find your person is in right now. I feel like they might be feeling guilty about some of the things that they did, but it's like they actively don't allow these feelings to rise to the surface. And the more that comes forth or tries to come into their awareness, it's like they suppress it, or like not look at it, and definitely not acknowledge it enough to then instigate working on themselves and like getting rid of this feeling of guilt as we should rightly do, which is by apologizing or like making changes. It's not enough. I feel like it's there. It's very much there. But with the central card being like denial, I feel like not yet. They're not open to, responding to it in a way that they should. And also for some of you, these feelings of guilt about like how they acted in the past, that might be something that is keeping them away from you right now in this no contact situation. But does feel like your person has a lot to go through before they can get ready to reconnect with you, or even be present in any kind of relationship, to be honest. This person has a lot to learn, a lot to accept, so kind of flip the denial into acceptance, and they still have a long ways to go. That's the feeling that I get. Okay, so as I said, I do feel bad that I am the bearer of this kind of a message for you, but I'm just kind of responding to my intuition through the reading and the messages that come forth and telling them as it is, because that is what I am here to do. And I do believe in the healing power of truth, of knowing the truth, and I sincerely hope that this gives you some understanding and some closure, and insight into your person and the situation. And like I said, you could have not done anything because this baggage is coming from their past, okay? From their own wounds, from their own things that need healing. Okay, so I'm going to leave your reading here. Again, as I said, I hope it resonates and I hope it helps. If it did resonate, if it did help you in any way, big or small, I hope that you will consider liking this video and also subscribing to stay back for more future readings to come. So thanks again for being here. I appreciate that a lot. And I will see you in my next video. Bye. Hi Path 3, so this is for those of you that resonated with this blue wand-like crystal, or maybe the Surrealist Tarot. This is your reading, and today we are looking into your person's thoughts, feelings, and emotions towards you in a no-contact situation that you find yourself in. And if you missed the intro or if you skipped it, another thing I would like to mention is that I am only reading for romantic connections today with this reading. So any kind of relationship, situationship that you were in the past and which has ended in no contact right now, that's the kind of relationship I'm reading for. Okay, so what are your person's thoughts, feelings, and emotions towards you, towards the connection right now? What are they feeling? What are they thinking of? How do they feel when they think of you? Those are the type of questions we would be answering. And we are starting with the Knight of Cups. What are your person's emotions, thoughts, and feelings towards you in the no contact situation that you find yourself in? And we have, the Emperor. What is your person feeling towards you, feeling towards the connection? What do they think of? How do they feel when they think of you? What goes on through their minds and their hearts? We have Temperance. And we have the King of Cups. Okay. And bottom of the deck, we have the Empress. Okay, so the first thing that I will say is your person is still very much attracted towards you. They still think of you romantically. I don't see any kind of negative emotions towards you, or them thinking anything bad about you. To to them, you're still a very attractive person, a potential long-term partner. And you are on their minds very often. They do think about you very, very often. They have not been able to forget you. And I almost feel like you have had, this is because you have, or your energy, whoops, sorry about that. Your energy has had that kind of like influence on them. And they have not been able to move past this connection at all. Okay? In fact, the cards here are such like good and amazing cards, and kind of like the feelings that I feel your person has towards you are so good and so pleasant and so positive that it almost makes me feel like, why are you guys in no contact? Why did this situation unfold? And as an answer to that, my attention is being drawn to that Temperance card in the middle. And I feel like your person is, or was at the time when this connection ended, your person was trying to gain a sense of balance within himself. And there are some things in their own life that they needed to work out. In this connection, it's possible that your person is younger than you are. For some of you, I'm kind of getting that feeling. And I feel like they wanted to level up and feel more capable, feel more mature, and more responsible, more powerful, to be able to like match your vibe, which is coming up as the Empress. And I feel like you must have inspired them, motivated them to think this way, or to have these desires of wanting to be powerful. And they might be working on that right now. They also might be aware that they have acted in emotionally immature ways, so behaviors that can be categorized as emotionally immature compared to you, and they see you as this really amazing, awesome, in charge, in control, sexy, vibrant energy, which is the Empress. Like, I love the Empress in this tarot deck. For some reason, the vibe that I get from her, it's a beautiful, beautiful vibe. And they felt like they had to level up in some ways to deserve you, or be able to like handle you. And it is because of this immaturity, I feel like, which messed up their feelings and their minds both in this connection. And it resulted in this no contact situation. That is the story that I'm getting. Like, these feelings of not feeling as good as you, or like being deserving of you, being able to handle you, handle this connection, match your energy. They felt insufficient in several ways, and that kind of messed up their hearts and their minds, I feel like, which resulted in the no contact situation. And since then, since that time, between like the relationship ending and now the no contact period, they have really matured, but not to the extent that, you know, you would like, or that makes them feel like they're now ready to offer you something real. But they have evolved. They have slightly matured, I must say. I also feel like your person feels like you deserve someone way better than who they are at this time. Okay? it's like they really don't see, like, why would this amazing person, woman or a man, whoever you are watching this video, why do they like me? They deserve so much better, like someone else who can offer them exactly what they deserve. That's how they think. Like, why would you even care about them, you know? So there's really like deep feelings of insufficiency, and like you and your presence, and just through this connection, they have really desired that change, wanting to feel more in charge and stronger and like leveling up in life. You have been able to show them the ways in which they fall short. So in terms of maybe emotional maturity, or just in general, like different areas of their life, they have become more aware of how much imbalance there might be in their lives, and to be able to like manifest a relationship, either this or like with someone as amazing as you. They know that they need to grow up, to level up. And this might also be applicable to some of you, but I'm getting like artist vibes from this ex, meaning that they are a trailblazer. They want to make their, create their own world. Somebody who already lives in their, world. Immature, but an emotional person. So I'm getting like painter, or an artist of some kind. And the kind of art that, you can, like, it's tangible, you can display, and you can, like, some creation that you can see. So that might be true for some of you. And they have always wanted to be this like different and confident person, I feel like. And up until, meeting you, they did feel that. But then you also made them see that, they're lacking in several ways, and that they need to learn certain like practical aspects of life, which they were unable to see previously. But they need to grow up and pay attention to that too, to lead a more balanced life, a more wholesome, a more fulfilling life. And I feel like because of this connection, now even they want that for themselves. They want to feel more in charge, more in control, and comfortably sustain this beautiful like world that they have created for themselves. Also, for some of you, I feel like this person has felt in the past, or feels right now, that there would be some disapproval from like your side of the family, or like your circle, about this connection. Like people from your circle might want to question the choice, and that has kind of made them take a step back as well, because as I said, I get the feeling that this person really does feel very good and confident, or felt at the time, about themselves, and they still do, with that awareness that they need to grow up some more, to be able to like comfortably exist in their world and stabilize it some way. I feel like right now their existence is not that stable, and they want to bring in that stability, that strength. But in the past, like, they have felt that maybe your side of the family, or the social circle that you associate with, those people in that circle, they might question you as to why you're even interested in a person like them. The attraction that was there between the two of you, that seems to have had both like a physical attraction side as well as intellectually attracted to you. I feel like this person felt like they could learn a lot from you. So there was physical attraction, but also like being attracted to your mind and the energy that you represent, your vibe. But then, you know, this kind of like negative self-talk really got in the way. Because like I said, right in the beginning, I felt like I get such good vibes from this spread and their feelings towards you and how they view you as like this goddess. Why are you guys not in touch? And why is this coming up in a no contact kind of situation? But now I understand. It's like you wowed them quite a lot, and that really made them question themselves, like, do I really deserve that? But that's, you know, in a relationship dynamic, if one person is feeling this way, that the non-deserving, you know, self-talk, the undeserving self-talk, and telling themselves that they're not good enough, they usually make for really toxic partners. And I feel like pile 3 people, so you guys watching this, this relationship must have, of course, like caused you some amount of pain, but overall you have been fine. And I feel like you hold yourselves really well through this, like this break in contact and this communication and like this ending, and through that ending in the relationship, that you've done a good job of gracefully holding yourselves together and just letting it go and doing your own thing. Okay, so let me get some more. What are your person's thoughts and feelings about you at this time? What are your person's thoughts, feelings about you at this time? What are your person's feelings and thoughts about you in this period of no contact? 2 of Wands. What are your person's thoughts and feelings about you at this time? Two of Swords. Oh, sorry, it's making me chuckle. It's just the way they think that's making me chuckle and shake my head and be like, dude. The World. What are your person's thoughts and feelings at this time? Okay. Depth. Okay. So I feel like your person thinks, and bottom of the deck, I saw the Queen of Wands, which I wanted to bring in as well. I feel like your person feels like, of course, she has moved on. You know, she's such an amazing person. That, you know, of course she must have realized that I do not have a lot to offer, and I'm very sure that she's fine now, now that the relationship has ended. And of course, like, she is more future focused with this 2 of Wands. 2 of Wands is a like energy of being future focused, and it's almost like, if you can see from the image, and that kind of gave me the feeling, this woman is looking back at this broken, cannot even stand up straight, male-looking structure. So I feel like this attractive energy of the Empress represents you. Again, keep in mind, this is energies. This is not about genders, of course. So I feel like they must be thinking, looking back, of course they see me as, not being enough. And she must have definitely realized how great and how amazing she is with the Queen of Wands energy here, which is, to me, a very attractive, sensual, passionate, driven, in control, in charge, kind of feminine energy, always like creating the life that she wants, capable of creating the life that she wants, very like in her own world, and manifesting things that make her happy, that give her a sense of like enthusiasm and passion and all that good stuff. So they feel like when they look back at this and they wonder about you, they must be thinking like, of course, an amazing person like yourself, like how they always viewed you. You have moved on. Okay? And with the Two of Swords card, that kind of, the heart and mind and the conflicting thoughts arising out of this messed up like emotions and thoughts that I felt that, happened in this connection when you were in a connection with this person, how it messed up their feelings and then messed up their thoughts, and which is why it might have led to a break. I feel like, with this Two of Swords, they're still stuck in action and conflicting, what am I trying to say? In this conflict like driven place, and they are not able to see actually the point. And the point being that maybe it is not the connection or the situation or you, but maybe it is how it affected them, how it messed up their emotions, messed up their thoughts. They're not able to see that that's like this no contact situation, this break happened because of that, because of their beliefs, their self-beliefs, and them believing in this like negative self-talk that must have, kind of brought up a lot of things on the surface for them, a lot of like their own insecurities and, feeling deficient in some ways. So they're not able to see that it's that kind of thinking and adhering to those kind of thoughts that has ended the connection. And in terms of like what they want to do in the future, I feel like they're completely in a place of indecision, as if they don't even know if, or this idea has not even like popped up in their head, like should they step back into your life? Because as I said, they must be more focused on the ways that they have been deficient in this connection, and just how deficient they feel in their own life to even have this thought that you might be open to a connection, and that you might even wonder about them, and you still might have feelings for them and wanting to give this another chance. And I feel like, of course, there has to be some part of all those emotions with you, because if it wasn't, you wouldn't be here watching this reading. You wouldn't be wondering about that. So I feel like this person feels like this is over, this is over for you. And of course, like you would have moved on. And they also might be, I feel like they might be watching you. So if they are on your social media, or if they have access to it, I feel like they do keep tabs on your life and on your situation, and they are still like wowed by what they find. But they also know, like, because of the things, again, like superficial attention, this person, I feel like a really emotionally immature energy, to be honest, coming from your person. So I feel like there might be that age difference, literally, or just even if there is no age difference, they might be, like outwardly a grown man, but a total like child, or like a boy, and you definitely need more than that. You don't want to deal with the boy sort of energy. You need a person more in charge, and a man who can look beyond these superficial things. So as I was saying, by just this keeping an eye on you and watching your life, they might be getting the feeling that, of course, you have moved on. You have taken your fabulous self and you have, turned the page on this chapter, and of course it is over. With the World card kind of like, clarifying the Temperance card, I feel like this is speaking of them wanting to build a more stable world. It also means like having no hope of rekindling this connection. This is me talking from their point of view, as in they don't have this hope in their heart right now, that they would be able to like restart something with you. But this World card also is like them wanting to find themselves in this world and like build a world that they feel grounded and stable in. Because this person is a creative thinker, a trailblazer, maybe even a creative, like I said, in real life. And they desire that. They desire this, or they need to have their own path to walk on, to go on. They might not be comfortable, quote unquote, in the traditional world, or the traditional way of seeing and looking at things, and the steps, doing things in a traditional way. So this person needs like creating their own world that might to an outsider look bizarre, but for them it's comfortable for them. So yeah, that's what I'm getting from the tarot cards. Let me just add a few oracle cards to this reading to get a sense of what is going on with your person right now. So how is your person feeling, thinking? What are they thinking about? What are they feeling right now towards this connection, towards you? What is it that they feel? And how do they feel? What do they think about when they think of you in this no contact situation? So we have freedom. Seeking freedom, as in like feeling burdened by your connection, might also be one of the things that might have come up with this person. Because like I said, they might feel like they're not enough. So they see themselves as deficient in this connection, as in they are not like good enough for you. They are not able to meet your needs. And that might have caused a feeling of like pressure on them. Even though that they are attracted to you and they know you're fabulous, like for them at the time in the connection, they didn't feel like they had what it takes to match you. And so to escape feeling that pressure that they felt at the time, they must have walked away or ended this connection, or this connection, like the disconnect that happened in the no contact situation, that kind of makes them feel a little bit of relief almost, I feel like. And freedom just in general, I feel like a very free energy from them as well, as in they are like a person who thinks very differently, the creative types, the artist, the visionary, and someone who just wants to live life on his or her own terms, and wants to do things her own way, his or her own way. So I'm getting that kind of a vibe anyways from this person. So if a connection makes a person like this feel like a little bit of pressure to level up and perform, and even though there might be a part of them that acknowledges that need, that yes, I need to change, in the moment they might extract themselves from the situation and choose to end the connection, because this is not a person who would do any kind of transformation under pressure, which I don't think any of us does anyways, but you know what I mean, more so with this person. They need that freedom. And they also might be someone who might not be ready for like a long-term relationship that you might be ready for at the time. They might not be someone who are desiring to do that yet. Okay? Because they still have to like find their own position in the world. That's one of the main reasons. But also emotionally immature. Friendship. Yeah, I feel like this person still wants to, or they would be open to have you as a friend in their lives, I feel like. So talking to you on and off, hanging out with you, maybe even seeing you sometime, they would be open for that because, like I said, because of the emotional immaturity that I feel so strongly coming from your person, they might not realize, that you took this connection way too seriously than they did, and you were hoping to build something with this person. So with them, it could be like, oh yeah, hell yeah, we can be friends, we can talk, But they would still, of course, not be open to giving you the relationship that you want. So like I said, like people like that, from what I understand and what I know, they make really toxic connections, and like even a friendship with them is not something that can be a real friendship, because they cannot be present in it and they're not acknowledging what they have done to you. Like here in this tarot spread, I don't see any kind of like acknowledgement or recognition coming from your person as to what they have done to you. This is just their own feelings and thoughts coming, which is of course like what we are asking for, but there is still no recognition from this person. So emotionally immature, like I said, unable to see things beyond the surface, just lives superficially. I feel like it still has to attain that depth. Allow love. I feel like your person still has, to reach that point where they can even understand what love is, to then be able to allow love and loving relationships in their life, And I feel like you must have offered quite a lot. You must have given a lot to this connection, because I'm sensing some sadness from this Queen of Wands and this Allow Love card, which they were not able to appreciate at this time, and they might still not be able to appreciate, okay? Sadly. They're just not there. They're just not there yet. They're very much on the surface, whereas I feel like you must have given them all of it, and all of your love and kindness and understanding and patience. And still you must have gotten hurt in the end. I feel like with the Empress, the Queen of Wands energy, you've done a good job of, picking yourself up and picking up the pieces and moving on from this connection and from the pain that you had to bear. But it's just their inability to respond to love because they don't understand the first thing about love. I feel like I almost want to reprimand them. I want to scream at your person. Like such kind of characters, personalities, they're quite annoying to me. And it's not like I blame them for their immaturity. I do understand that some people just have to go through their own life experiences and mature on their own time, in time. walk their own path, but it's still like frustrating. Is frustrating for me to have to deal with a personality like that. I feel like for some of you, again, another getting from the friendship card, I feel like you guys must have had a really good friendship in this connection while they were in your life. Yeah, just a comfortable friendship in which, you know, you could connect. Like I said, their attraction towards you, that feels like it goes way beyond just the physical attraction, that it's also like an intellectual meeting of the minds and the hearts and the bodies kind of connection. So that must be something that you might be missing, but not missing enough to like not see the other kind of dysfunction that this person brought into your life. Yeah, this person has a lot of growing up to do, and not based on the tarot cards, because I did not draw cards for advice for you. We're not doing that today. But just based, like my personal advice would be to step away from this connection and to find something else that fulfills you, you know. So I'm gonna use one more oracle card and get some more insight into this person's thoughts, feelings, towards you. This is the miniature or like smaller version of Romance Angels oracle cards, and they have this kind of like iridescence or like rainbow reflecting quality to them that has started annoying me, but I do like the cards still. Love yourself first. Can you even see that? I don't know. I feel like this is a message not only for you, but it's also telling me a lot about that person, in which they need to get to this place of self-appreciation and learning the art of self-love, of self-acceptance, which I feel like is a total art. And what it says in the bottom of the card there, I don't know if that was very clear on camera, but it says, your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So I feel like this is not speaking for you, even though, like, you know, of course, always love yourself. I feel like you already do that. You have that certain sense of maturity to understand this. But with this person, they need to get to that place, because there are parts of themselves that they reject, you know, in choosing to walk away from a connection in which they feel challenged, where they don't want to grow up, and instead, you know, they want to engage in a negative like self-talk or whatnot. It shows a certain level of like not loving yourself or accepting yourself and running away from things, you know, which, you know, they might be telling themselves like, oh no, this is about me discovering and needing freedom and all that. They might be telling themselves these stories, but at the end of the day, if, you know, they have like disconnected or chosen, if they are the one, especially in the cases where they very much broke your heart and walked away from it without like attempting to hold your hand through it, to be a friend, which I feel like they were before this break happened. If that is the case, then, you know, it shows a certain level of immaturity, as well as like not being able to love themselves. Because if you don't love yourself, don't accept yourself, it's very challenging to give that to other connections in your life, or to others, I mean. Okay? So your person really needs to get to that self-accepting kind of place and deep, real self-acceptance, not the superficial kind, which is how I feel like your person lives. So what is there? What is your person thinking and feeling? Okay. Oops. Romantic feelings. So I feel like a friendship that developed into, your feelings of romance, a friendship that developed into a romance kind of situation. And I also feel like, as I said, when they look back, they're still attracted to you. And when they think of their ideal kind of like woman, it's you that they think of. So they really like about you, they think really highly of you. You still represent like the perfect woman or man for them. Like the whole package, the complete package. But this person has to, like, seriously has to grow up and level up to do something about these feelings, because there is no point in them, thinking that you're so perfect if they're not going to do anything about it, and feel like constantly tell themselves that they're incapable. Then they can take that and go away. Healing family issues. So there might be some childhood wounds with your person. This feeling of like not feeling enough, not feeling sufficient, they're very typical, in my opinion at least, they're very typical of like childhood wounds. Okay? And there is a need here for your person to look at those and to work through healing those wounds, which I feel like they haven't done that as yet. And also this need to trailblaze and to be different from a place of like superficial confidence, not real confident. I mean, like just for the heck of it, just for like almost feels like attention. That comes from a specific childhood wound of you not being seen as a child, which is why as an adult we try to make up for it. And at least specifically for this reading for you, pile 3, that's the kind of wound this is talking about, I feel like, in this reading. Okay, so I'm going to leave your reading here. I do hope that the reading resonated, and I do sincerely hope that it did help you, and it did bring you some healing through this understanding of what's going on with your person in this no contact situation. And if the reading if the reading resonated and it helped, please consider subscribing to my channel to stay on for more pick-a-pile readings to come, and give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.